Hi then guys, so today we're going to have a look at the Sekiguchi Showas again. I've got the Meta glasses on, so hopefully give you a bit of a better idea of what I'm up to, what I'm showing you, than the last video. So we'll switch you to the glasses and then you can have a look. Right, so Sekiguchi Showas. We are now pretty much a year on from when I bought them in Japan. They then got shipped in April 25 at about 20 cm as an average. I didn't really measure them at the beginning, just a little bit of a guesstimation. For you that have been following these videos that I've done, the big issue has been split fins, mainly. We have definitely put a fair bit more size on than the last video, although I haven't actually been pushing them that hard the last 3 months. It's been about 6 months since the last update. The last probably 3 months they've just been on a colour food just to try and get that Benny up nice and bright. So what I will do is get a measuring bowl and we will measure the same ones that we measured last time and see what sort of size they're at. So this is the Sekiguchi pond now with the air off, so you can see them a little bit better. It's gone really black in here because of the natural daylight bulb, LED bulb strip that's been put over it. It's really started growing the biofilm on the edge of the tank. So this is them now, and then this is them when I bought them back in March 25. So 1 year on since I bought them. So they've done really well. They really have come on well. I think we could have done better. There's definitely things I could have improved. Ideally I would have liked to have taken about half a dozen of these all the way through to, you know, maybe sort of 60-70 cm. But I just don't have the space. As you can see, there is quite a full tank in there now. I did have them split out into 2 tanks for a couple of months after the last video, but then when the shipment come in from our November trip to Japan, I've had to put them all back together in the same tank to allow myself enough space. And also I didn't want to grow them too big and sort of put them in a price range where I might struggle to sell them. Whereas I think where they're at now is going to be quite a nice price point, and they're going to be very cheap because most of them have got split fins. Now these will heal up, but they will take a bit of time, but they'll definitely heal up better in a less crowded environment in your ponds than they will in this stock tank. I had a guy that bought one back in August. He come in, he see it, he said he really liked it. I said it can't really sell it, it's got a split fin. He said I'll take it anyway. I said okay, as long as you understand that it's got a split fin. And he took it, and he emailed me the other day and said he's really pleased with how it's turned out. All the fins healed up, the colours have all come up really nice and vibrant, obviously being outdoors opposed to being indoors. Yeah, he's really pleased with the one. Anyway, let's get into it. I've got 5 that I measured last time, so I'm going to try and measure the same 5 just for a bit of comparisons. I've also got 2 more I need to get out and measure that someone spotted in another video that they're interested in purchasing, so I need to just get some sizes and have a better look at them. Let's get into it. So the first one up is the Sekiguchi Showa, which I've got to say is one of my favourites, and I really don't want to have to sell it, but I think I'm going to have to because I just need to make space basically. I've got another trip coming up in April, and we've got a lot of fish here still. And yeah, that's only 6 weeks, no, not even 6 weeks away now. So yeah, need to make some space, need to get some fish sold. So last time this one was 37 cm with quite a badly split dorsal. I think the pecs were okay on this one last time from memory. You can go back and have a look in the video if you want. It does still have a little bit of damage to the dorsal, but it's definitely looking better than before. It's already starting to look a bit stressed, but this fish has definitely whitened. The white on it has definitely got a lot brighter. So let's see where we're at now. Unfortunately, this bowl is a little bit annoying because the measure's not been put in up to the end of the bowl, which makes it a little bit more difficult. And this guy does not want to play ball either. Deal that. Try and get a better measurement on that. 47 cm. I'm really impressed with that. That's one of my favourite. There's a couple in here that are my favourites, but yeah, spider in there. Chuck that in there for him to eat. Yeah, going to be a cracking fish. Still quite a bit to happen with the sumi up the top here. I'm not entirely sure. I was looking at it the other day, trying to get it in the light a bit better for you to see. Hopefully these videos are going to be good with the glasses, but we'll have to wait and see. So I think there's a little bit more sumi to come on the nose, and possibly the black might join up across the top of the head, but I'm not 100% sure on that. That will be someone else's fun to enjoy the development of that. So I will be putting this one on the website in the next month. I don't know exactly when I'm going to get time to do the proper photographing and videoing, but hopefully in the next month we'll get onto it, and that will be available on the website. If you're interested beforehand, let me know, and you know, obviously you can purchase it from this video. But 47 cm, so yeah, really impressed with the country show and how that's done. Pop him back. Unsexed, I'm saying him, it's actually unsexed. Sexing them is not one of my strong points, so I tend not to do it. So the next one up is one of my other favourites. Let's get that air off. Right, so with the air off, let's get the dark Showa out, as I've nicknamed it. This one has definitely put some size on. I haven't really had these out the water since the last video. Still got a bit of a split dorsal. Again, it will heal up. It just needs some time in a less crowded environment. And I would say there's a lot of sumi development happened also since the last video. Definitely thickened up along the sides. So, how big are we is always the question. So after this fish, I'm going to measure what reduction I need to make off of my tape, because that is very annoying trying to do it this way. In fact, let's just measure him now. Doesn't want to be measured. That one is, it's not staying still for long enough. I want to say that was 48, but it might have been 47. But that's without including that, so yeah, 48. But I need to re-measure that because that will be slightly longer. That'll be plus whatever that is, which is probably about, I'll measure it in a second, but 20-30 mil at least. So that is in the region of 50 cm, which I'm happy with that. I would have really liked to grown, like I said, there's about half a dozen in here I would have liked to have took on just to see how they do, really, just to learn a bit more about raising fish and you know, the way they develop more. Obviously I know a little bit about it all because I've been doing it a while now, but it's something I've wanted to do more of for a while. Yeah, but yeah, around the 50 cm. I'll confirm that in a second, but really pleased on. It has got a little bit of a split in the pelvic fin there as well, and a little bit in the dorsal. So if you're interested in this one, let me know. It will be up for grabs, and it will be on the website within the next month. But yeah, absolutely cracking fish. I'm going to let him go now. I really like that. I've always liked dark Showas, so that's probably why I'm drawn to it slightly. Right, let me just measure how much that extra gap was. So I would say generally where I put their noses, that's going to be plus 20 mil. So I'm going to keep that in memory. In hindsight, when I put the sticker in the bowl, I don't actually think it was me, when I put the sticker in the bowl, that should have come round here slightly more, so that when you're measuring them and their nose is against here, it actually reads the correct measurement. It's very hard to get their nose lined up on that end. So yeah, hindsight to anyone that's sticking a sticker in a bowl, that's what I would do, is make sure you got it so the sticker starts and reads from the end of the tank. Right, let's get on to the next one. Right, so the next one I've got marked down on my list is the one I've nicknamed Light Shower, which is this one down here. Ooh, done me over the top. So now we know our gap is 20 mil, should make it a bit easier for measuring. Still a lot of sumi development to happen on this fish, but it is coming. If you look back at the last video, hardly any of it. So this one is 40, probably 46, so that's actually going to be 48 cm. So again, yeah, not bad. If I'd have pushed them a little bit harder over the winter, if I'd have more space, I think we'd have got a bit more size on them. But yeah, this is going to be a nice fish. It's just got a lot of work to do before it becomes a nice fish. And if you look above its eye, it looks like a love heart above its eye. I didn't notice that. Actually, a customer pointed it out to me and said that looks like a love heart above its eye. So yeah, if you want to fish with a little love heart above its eye, that's the one. Right, let's let him back and let's get on to the next one. So the next one I've nicknamed Red Dot, and that is because it has a red dot on its head. It's not a tancho, but it does have a red dot. I don't think it's that one. I think it's got a bigger red dot. There it is. It's this one down here. I can't remember what this had wrong, what split fin issue it had in the last video. I'll have to have a look on my notes, but again, still a lot of sumi still to develop on this one. It has got a little bit of damage to its dorsal actually. Yeah, still a lot to sumi come up down here. A bit more around the top of the head, possibly a little bit more on the head. And probably a little bit just above the black, the red dot. Ooh, I think he was a lively one last time actually. Right, let's get him in the bowl and not mess about. Let's get a measurement of him, see where we're at. He's absolutely jumped in the bowl there. That was good, wasn't it? I don't know if that'll be on film. Anyway, let's get a quick measurement done before he launches himself back out. So against the end of the bowl, that is 44 cm. So that'll mean he's 46. So yeah, I'll let him out because he's a feisty one. Yeah, 46 cm. Again, happy with that. Again, they were sort of, I don't know, I didn't measure them when I brought them in initially. Back in August, that one was 37. So yeah, this is a nice bit of growth. Considering I haven't really pushed them for the last 3 months, yeah, not bad growth. Definitely can do better. There's probably something to be said for not pushing them too hard, to be fair. But we will move on to the next one, which I've got written down as Heavy Red. I'm going to have to look at the photo to figure that one out. So this is the one I've nicknamed Heavy Red. Don't ask me where I get my names from, I just come up with something just to help reference what I need. Is it this one here? Yes, it is. That one has definitely come on a bit. And a bit of small sumi's developed on the head since the last video. Right, I'm going to have to put my other phone down. Right, so this one does actually look like it's done a fair bit of damage to the dorsal. I might be wrong, it might not be as bad as it looks there, but it's definitely got a big split. Beautiful colour in the markings, so yeah, it is quite tight to the body. That probably really wants a stitch putting back in that to try and get that to heal up. But yeah, cracking fish. I'll give him a bit more water because he's trying to float away. Yeah, a little more black to come through the face. Yeah, nice markings. What sort of size have we got? So on there, 46 plus, so that's going to be 48 cm. So yeah, cracking size fish. Again, shame about split fin. It's been the story since about, I don't know, when I started noticing the issues, probably around July time, I guess. So that is that one. We've then got dark with small red is what I've referenced it as, which I think, if I remember back to the other video, had a really bad shredded up fin. Is it that one? No, possibly this one. I mean, if it is that one, let me get my phone and double check. If it is that one, that is a good example of how well they can heal up. But let me make sure that is the right fish beforehand. So, I don't really know what this lot have started doing, but they think this tanked the racetrack, which I've not seen them do that before. So, I don't think it was the fish I was pointing at, which means it might not be a good example of how fast they can heal up. But let me just try and figure out which one it is. I think it's this one here. So it does still have a little bit of split fin going on there, but it's definitely a lot better than it was. And the white, I don't know if it's going to show in the video compared to him swimming down there. The white has really crisped up nice. The belly was strong in the last video, but that is definitely a lot whiter. Anyway, let's ramble and let's get him in the bowl and have a look. And then I've got two more to do for a customer that's interested in some. Lost him now. Oh, they're going, making me dizzy. Maybe it's like teaming up on me. Here. That white was really hot compared to before. With a bit more of a yellower tinge to them in the last video. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not a great example of how well they've healed up, but it is better than what it was in the last video. I imagine that in someone's pond by the end of the summer, You won't even see any split in that peck at all. He has got a little bit of damage on his dorsal, and this one has actually damaged the front ray there, look, you can see. So that won't heal, but the split in the middle will heal, and those two other sides will heal up. But it has took a part of its front ray off. Again, possibly the feeder, possibly the shower spout. They do get a bit boisterous with one another with the food. I'll do a clip at the end of them feeding just to give you an idea. But in terms of size, this was 39 cm last time. So let's have a quick look and see where it's at. I mean, assuming, I think it's definitely, let's go nose against there. So that's 41 plus the 2, so that's 43. So that one hasn't put so much size on, about 4 cm. Definitely a lot of development in the coloration. So yeah, again, I'm not disappointed in the fish. I quite like the fish. Just disappointed in the fact they've split fins, but they will heal. So the next one I've got to get out for a customer that might be interested, and I've got it referenced down as a Muriton with an X on the side of it. Use some real technical words to describe which fish we're looking for. Normally I'd have a reference for them, but these I didn't individually photograph at the time I was buying them, and I wish now that after a week or so of being here I'd done that, because it would have been good for keeping a log of how they're doing. Can't see the one he's talking about, but I wish they slow down. It's making me dizzy. So this is one of the fish that a customer's asked me to bowl up for him to have a look at. It's got quite a bad split pet. It has started trying to heal. Again, personally I think it needs a little bit of a stitch put in there to help hold that back together. You kind of have to cut out some of what healed, rough up the edges, pull it together. That's the theory. I've never really done it, which is why I'm hesitant to do it. And to be honest, I haven't really got time. Things like that. And also in this environment, there's too many fish in here. They'll just rip each other's stitches out and stuff like that. If you see how they go at the food, even though they're down at like 18 degrees now. And I'm probably going to, because I'm going to sell them, I'm probably going to drop them down to about 15, 16, just to make it a bit closer to ambient temperatures for people. But yeah, nice fish again, if it wasn't for the split fin. The reason X on the side is there. So yeah, let's see how see what sort of size we're at. So that is 43. plus the 2, so that's 45 cm. Yeah, I'll see if the customer wants it. If they don't, then it will be on the website hopefully in the next month. But if someone's interested, let me know. It will be at a reduced price because of the big split fin. So grab yourself a bargain. Let's pop him back, and there's one more to get. So this is the other one that the customer spotted in a video and he wanted to have a closer look at. And I thought I'd get a size of it and add it to the video about the Sekiguchi Showas. So we've got a little bit of red on the nose there, which is quite cool. Again, quite a wide split in the fin, so if it wasn't so wide it would be fine, but if it was me I'd probably stitch that and sort of aid it to heel back up. You don't want to stitch it tight together. Again, it's got quite a big split in the dorsal. That probably wants a stitch as well, to be honest. But yeah, let's see what size they're at. So these will be obviously heavily discounted because of the split fins. Let's go tight to the end. So that's 42 plus the 2, so that'll be 44 cm. So not the biggest one, but very deep bunny, very dark sumi, and nice bright white. So if that fin can heal up, that will be a cracking fish. Right, let's let that one go. Right, so that's just a little update on the Sekiguchi Showa grow-ons. Like I've said already before, it's kind of been a nice project. It hasn't gone as well as I'd have liked. In terms of, it's the split fins really, and I think a lot of it's to do with when they feed, which I will demonstrate now, although they may not be as aggressive at feeding because I've just been in there with the net, but we'll give it a go. No, they're still hungry, but definitely slower than normal. Normally that's just absolute pile of showers heading to one corner of the tank, which is no corners on a round tank, but it, they do normally crash about a lot more than that. Maybe I'll get a clip in an hour or so and just show you just how active they normally are. But if you spot any that you like the look of in here, DM me. I'll be happy to bowl and photograph them and measure them for you and give you a price, because obviously the ones with more severe damage will be more heavily reduced. Obviously they're all at different prices. What am I going to want in here? So realistically there's going to be a range of prices in here. Obviously stuff with bigger split fins is going to be cheaper. Stuff that's nicer and less split fins is going to be more. What am I going to be looking for in here? The minimum price in here, 300. I'd rather keep them than let them go any less than 300 quid. Some of the nicer ones, the Sekiguchi Showa, the Dark Showa. There's a couple of others in here that haven't even got a split fin anymore. So those will be priced accordingly. Yeah, I'd say sort of like the Sekiguchi Showa, the Dark Showa, ones like that, I'll be looking for sort of 695 for them. You know, that's a bargain really. I know you've got to let the fin heal up and all the rest of it, but that's still cheap. If you look online for other Sekiguchi Showas for this sort of size range, you'll generally be looking at the £800 plus mark. So yeah, if you've got any questions, you want to get me to bowl any in particular, then let me know and I will do. Until the next one.